right, welcome. It's good to see so many of you on this rainy, cold first Sunday in February. We are exploring a new theme for our month of February. It is the theme of faith. So we will be exploring what faith is and what it might mean in our lives together. So today, my very first story that I'd like to share with you about faith is a story from the Hindu tradition. And it is a very, very old story. Ganesha was a sweet child, very sweet, but also very unusual because he had the head of an elephant with a long trunk and big elephant ears and a nice round body. His parents adored him. Now, one day Ganesha and his brother Shanmuka were having an argument over which one of them should get a beautiful sweet peach that they had found. And their parents were growing very tired of all that arguing. And so their father, Shiva, said, "I have an idea. Why don't we solve this argument by having a contest? Whichever one of you can travel all the way around the world and come back here first, you will be the one who gets the peach." I think Dad wanted a little break. What do you think? But fortunately, the two boys loved the idea. They said, "That sounds great, let's do that." And so Shanmuka climbed onto his steed, which was a beautiful peacock with a bright tail and strong wings. And then Ganesha climbed onto his steed, which was a tiny mouse. Some of these old stories have very interesting parts, don't they? But that is how it happened. And so they each climbed onto their steed, and Shiva looked affectionately at his two boys, and Parvati said, "Ready, set, go." And Shanmuka on his peacock took off in a cloud of dust and started flying around the world. But Ganesha on his little mouse just began to trot around and around and around Parvati and Shiva, around his parents 7 times. And then he stopped and he smiled up on his little elephant face and held out his hand for the peach. Parvati laughed, but Ganesha, you haven't even started your journey. And Ganesha smiled again, and he said, "But Mom, Dad, you are the whole world to me. And I have gone around you." And Parvati and Shiva laughed, and they said, "Son, you are very wise. You get the peach." And they gave it to him. And then Shanmuka came back from his whole trip around the world, all bedraggled. And when he heard what happened, he laughed too at his brother's wisdom. Because, after all, even though he had lost the contest, he had just had a fabulous trip around the whole world. It's time now for us to head to religious education. If you could sing hymn number 396 as our children leave.
I know